It's Wednesday! What's up? Taher, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
What's up? Welcome to What's Up Wednesday
Thank
with
you.
GameInsight.
Cheers.
We wanted to get some insights into how your week's been, obviously at Helsingborgs IF, and how's things going for you this week?
It's going pretty well. A lot of trainings like usual. A bit tired, but it's going very well.
And have you learned anything this week new that you want to share with us?
I would say just to know a little bit, grow up in Sweden. I've lived here for 15 years, so see how the young kids think now. It's pretty different than what we used to do, so that's cool.
And obviously we know about your experience in Spain, attached with the Barcelona Academy. What's the major differences that you see between Spanish football and Swedish football?
That's a question that'll take a long time, but
Yeah.
basically I would say that in Spain you start from very early days, just do a lot of focusing on the cognitive part so they can take decisions for themselves. Here they are a little bit more focused on physical attributes, I would say. Although I think it's a big change going on. So. And it's still too early days for me to talk about Swedish football in general.
And then obviously you're trying to implement some of those ideas into your current club right now?
Yes, that's the idea, and of course it's taking time, but I believe both the players and some of the coaching staff is onto it, so it's going well. It's going well.
Very nice to hear that. Very nice to hear that. And obviously, we've had some big results in other countries around the world this week.
Yes.
Obviously, Zlatan winning another Serie A with AC Milan.
Yeah.
Did you watch the game?
Well, we actually had training on that
Okay.
Sunday,
Oh,
so
no.
some of my players were not so happy, but
Yeah.
I watched everything afterwards, both
Yeah.
Serie A and Premier League, and I think I was most impressed by his speech of the Latin after. So that was really cool.
You know, he's a big personality in
Yes.
Sweden, right? So it's unbelievable, especially at his age that he's gone and
Yeah.
come back and done something like that. Obviously, Man City as well
Yeah.
won the Premier League
Yeah.
right onto the final day. It was very tight there. Did you see that game?
I actually saw, I believe on Twitter, their official account put out the 6 minutes from the moment I think Coutinho scored the 0-2. So that was a bit crazy to me. I think they deserve it.
But it's crazy the level those two teams are
Yes.
performing on
Yes,
and how many
yes.
points they're picking up. I wanted to ask you as well for maybe our younger viewers that are watching our series here. Is there any insights or maybe recommendations you could give the young football player through their experience about what could help them that are wanting to make it to professional football?
I can say only from my own experience. I would say they should never stop dreaming. They should always dream, but they should also be aware of that it's really, really, really hard to make it. And that's not something negative. It's more of they should be more aware of always actually be happy to always understand to love football, whether you make it to the second division or Serie A or La Liga. I would say keep your dream alive, watch a lot of football, try to find profiles to see both what they do on the field but also off the field. Don't underestimate the amount of hours that you put on training, focusing, the mental part. How do you deal with situations where things are not going easy? How do you deal with a striker that haven't scored in 5 games? That's it's very big, of course, to discuss it. But as a general rule, just live, breathe football, and try to have fun. Don't forget that if you're not enjoying yourself, then it's very hard.
I wanted to ask you as well because I know you've had quite a career also in implementing methodology within football clubs. Could you give any advice to maybe some new coaches that are coming in, maybe not at the highest level, to start implementing their own ideas in football into football clubs?
That's a good question. I think I remember just an example as Barca when we opened the academy in Australia. So the whole idea was we're gonna of course implement the ideas we had in Barca in Australia. And after 3 years, I could say the best advice I would have is make sure that we do in Australia everything that we do in Barcelona, but at the same time, make sure that you understand 100% the new culture. Because if you do one way or other, it will never work. So basically, be very aware of your own ideas, but also really understand the culture, the context, to whom you talk to, which kind of language you use, what is the most important thing for that specific club or culture or players, so that you really can implement something that is in both ways, both your own ideas but also synchronizes with the place, and that's pretty hard. So
absolutely. That's like the secret sauce almost,
Yes.
right?
But as long as I think you understand the persons behind it, whether that's your bosses or the new coaches or the players, then you will start to get a feeling of how you can actually implement or help them to develop them.
And obviously you're here at the GameInsight offices today. Yeah, I would like to hear how your experiences are using the GameInsight platform right now.
So I think it is quite interesting, exactly as you say, to use it as a platform where you can collect all of the information, everything from training sessions, video clips, be able to share it with the coaches. You set up different tasks where you can actually make sure that they're following up on that. They can also upload stuff. So exactly, I think I could say as a platform where you can actually interact with your coaches. And I've seen a lot of features that you guys gonna implement for the future, which looks interesting.
Very exciting.
It's quite cool.
Thank you very much for your time.
No worries.
And have an awesome rest of your week.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.